Hello everybody and welcome back to another Pigeon Poop TV video. So, I was dabbling a little bit with Afghanistan. That may be something fun to do at some point. But for now, let's do another episode of Greece. The Greek Empire. We are creating a new Greek Empire. We have absorbed Romania in the most recent campaign. So let's continue where we left off. A few little things since the last time let me just adjust some settings. Okay. Since the last time I had done a video, I have since gotten a mic stand, a new set of headphones, so I'm adjusting with the new equipment, so bear with me. I may have to adjust some settings as the next few videos go on, but hopefully it's not too much of an annoyance for you guys, because obviously I do take pride in what I do, and I hope it's still got to primarily be enjoyable for me to go ahead and do these videos, but at the same time I do take your opinions and your feedback to with high regard. So naturally I'll try and make things as nice as possible for all parties involved. Yeah, so we'll go from there. Now back to our main objectives. So it's 2013. We have taken over many of the Baltic nations, and currently we have most of our nations, and surprisingly, Turkey is not a part of NATO, so they are free game. But Turkey is still way too powerful for us to go on any sort of offensive with. They are going, or offensive against, I should say. Their military is probably going to be quite superior as well, compared to our divisions. What we've got, pretty basic divisions, nothing too flash at the moment. A lot of these were primarily just the original divisions that came as a default to create our expansion, but now we've got 60 civilian factories, 31 military factories, which is almost on par with Turkey. And if we decide to side with Russia and absorb parts of Ukraine, then we will get even more military factories. Moldova is another quick and easy option, so 4 to 6 divisions, and Transnistria, I think we will possibly take that, but the Russians do have a military base there, so Transnistria will almost certainly become Russian territory, if not, at some point in the future, if not already. But for the time being, Moldova is going to be probably next on the chopping block. And if we did decide to justify, it is still going to be a long time. So 300 days. Now, if we did decide to attack Ukraine and we simultaneously declared on Slovakia and Austria, we could possibly encircle a few NATO member states, but also potentially create a big problem for us. So, look, it may work. May be worthwhile, may not be worthwhile. It might even be worthwhile to create puppet states out of Slovakia and Austria, and then use them as blockades, so then the NATO nations cannot basically cross this territory, and they'll have to send all reinforcements through this narrow part in Italy. That might be a good strategy. But for the time being, we are pumping out more military factories. In terms of our civilian factories, we should be okay. We've got plenty of political power. We've got a strong economy. corruption is negligible. We could go an extensive centralized state for more political power, because I believe we are losing political power at the moment. Can't remember why. Oh, because we're boosting our outlook in Croatia and Turkey. So we are boosting the nationalist outlook in Croatia to create some instability, and doing the same in Turkey. How many divisions does Croatia have? 9 to 18. So, yeah, decent amount. I don't know what sort of what their division templates are, but I can't imagine they would be terribly strong. So artillery, tanks, a couple of engineering, really basic stuff as well. In terms of production of equipment, we possibly could. So we do have very modern equipment, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we're pretty much up to date with all of our military equipment. In the next 2 years, we'll be able to do some more upgrades. The same applies for armored vehicles. We've primarily focused on towed artillery by the looks of it. It would be nice to get some tracked artillery, and we do need to increase production of our anti-tank and anti-air equipment. But at least for the most part, we do have a decent military, but against NATO standards, we might still be lacking there. In terms of aircraft, let's see what we've got. That's right, we've got the transport, which I still, for some reason, haven't been able to use paratroopers. Not sure why. If you know, let me know. Lots of transport. 3rd gen, fighter craft, light jet. I feel like we got 4.5 gen flankers, so we can do air superiority. So we do need to produce as many of those as we can. We are a bit short on manpower, so maybe, and we already have mandatory service. I don't really want to put mandatory service for women. It's partial draft, active mandatory service. Reduces our special forces capacity multiplier, which a decent amount of you know what, I take that back, not necessarily. Got a lot of elite units, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're special forces. Possibly these like marine type ones. We've got like a handful of those. Or are they these ones here, the paratrooper ones? They're special forces. So yeah. So either Ukraine or Moldova, but we'll definitely have to create a greater alliance with Russia. Let's improve our relations. 0.5. We can afford that. In terms of focus, we are primarily looking at air production by the looks of it, and I did want to do that. We can go down the anti-Turkish diplomacy. Resist territorial ambition. And then own the unification at last at the end. We don't want to reconcile with Turkey. I mean, there is the possibility. I remember bringing up that we could potentially become friends with Turkey, but you know, it just doesn't really fit doesn't fit history. So we do want to take over Turkey, and we do want to start pushing possibly into, actually I did mention I wanted to get Libya, probably not Egypt because they're going to be quite strong, but if we get Libya and get their oil, their fuel, then that would be good. And then we're gradually expanding the Greek presence in Northern Africa. Many more resources to work with. Algeria has a lot more divisions than Libya. So Libya might be a good option as well. They've got non-aggression pacts with many, many African countries. And they're supporting some sort of revolution there. If we justified a war goal, it wouldn't actually take as long as I thought it might. That's a good option. So let's consider that. In terms of Navy, we are producing destroyers. Not the greatest, but hopefully at some point we will improve our Navy. For now, it's predominantly manufacturing, production, missile production, air defense. I think I was producing nuclear material and stuff at some point. Ah, that's right. The fighter jets. I think we were producing Russian ones. Yes, Russian ones. So we are making better relations with Russia. Moldova has 11 civilian factories, so that's definitely a juicy pie, juicy piece of the pie that we can get. 300 days. Okay, let's sit with it for a bit. We're not at war with anyone. We're going to influence our neighbours. Italy looks like they're going to go emerging outlook soon. They are nationalist currently, even though they've got 2% nationalist outlook. Looks like the NATO countries are all pretty well democratic, as you'd expect. Hungary is increasing potentially in their nationalist outlook. Let's have a look. I don't know if it's doing anything actually. Yep, just not doing anything, that's fine. What were some of the other... Okay, so we do have focuses to improve our navy. Airbase expansion, we could refine the doctrine. Invest in airports. I don't really want to worsen the debt crisis. I don't know if it's going to affect us too much. But for the time being, I'm happy to focus on air production. Okay, I think it's probably going to be more worthwhile to declare on Moldova. They're not being guaranteed by anyone. So let's just put it on the back burner for the time being. Let's see what comes about. Looks like... Ah, Turkey attacks our independence from foreign influence. So Turkey is not being very nice at all. So let's attack influence from Turkey. And, oh, we can expand our laboratories. Don't care about the European Union. Are we still part of the European Union? Oh, we're not in, wait, what? I thought I was out of the European Union. Let's promote Euroscepticism within Europe. I don't know why I thought I wasn't in the European Union anymore. Ah, that's right, I'm leaving. It's 54 days left. Excellent. Yes, very good. I'm out of NATO, that's right. I'm no longer in NATO because of my political affiliations. But I'm still in the EU, but I've created the process in order to get out of the EU. Who's fighting who? Who declared war on who? Okay, so North Korea is attacking South Korea now. The Chinese are improving relations and they're guaranteeing... Oh no, Korea is guaranteeing the independence of... Oh no, the independence of Korea is guaranteed by China. Duh. Korea's going nationalist at the moment, which is funny. No, that one. Okay. Very nice. I do want this tracked artillery. I think it's going to be beneficial in the long run. If we start pushing into the European countries, eventually we're going to get to a point when we push... If we decide to go up into Ukraine and somehow annex Western Ukraine, then we will have planes running through Poland and through Germany. So tracked vehicles will be very beneficial in these areas. Not so much so if we are trying to push through Italy, Austria, and Slovakia because of the mountain ranges. Okay, so it doesn't look like our intervention in Croatia is working. So we'll get that back. Moldova may create a few more divisions, but nothing that I would be terribly concerned about. The Croatian, the Moldovans, I think Moldovians, are currently behind a river. So when I do declare war on them, I will possibly fall back to the mountain range here and give them a little bit of room to push in, because I want to be able to push in and possibly encircle them. They only have somewhere in between 3 to 7 divisions, so if we can spread their forces out thin enough, and hopefully they follow suit, then we might be able to encircle them and make it a quick and simple process. I'm not still doing... Air superior mission efficiency, ground support, or agility. Probably agility, actually, that might be handy. I kind of foresee a lot of dogfights happening, so I guess agility would be great. So our domestic influence is 74.5%. We've got heavy influence from Portugal for some reason, but none that I'm terribly concerned about. Okay, decent amount of time. So there's a lot of good resources in Libya to take. Not too many divisions to go up against. I mean, in comparison to us, we do have a very similar level of divisions, maybe just a bit more. They've got 4 factories, so it would be a big campaign. What sort of navy do they have? 6 to 8 ships, like, probably not a terrible issue. So it would be nice to get a foothold in Libya. But in saying that, we would have 2 quite large neighbours that could potentially be an issue. But if we do get those factories, then that is possibly going to be a good thing as well. I also don't want to wait too long in between campaigns. Nothing interesting. We're producing all our modern equipment. Artillery is really the only thing that we're lacking on. Okay, it's bypassed. That's fine. Our manpower is going to be something that we're going to struggle with for a little bit. Okay, so we're still influencing Croatia somehow. Don't want to... you know what? We could possibly force them to be a puppet. I wonder how that would work. They are gaining a significant nationalist outlook, but I don't... No, it's not improving. It's not going up. Okay. I want to deactivate that. I'm not too fussed with that. Our construction speed is quite good. So even though we have a centralized bureaucratic state, we're not finding too many issues. How can we do in terms of development? Possibly... let's improve this little section here. Actually, no, we need network infrastructure as well. And we can improve the entire network. And it's good that we've been selective with our silos. We could possibly put a nuclear reactor in Albania. Where's a safe place to put it? Central Greece. So long as we are making significant headway in a political situation, even though there's no elections and there never will be any more, I still want to maintain popularity amongst the people. LTE. 5G is not available yet. I think it might be beneficial to research trains early, but we'll see what's important. Maybe we can do a main battle tank sooner. So we need steel, can't remember what that is, gold, precious metals, technology metals, that's what they're called. Keep forgetting that. It's tungsten, I'm pretty sure, originally. Okay, so precious metals, technology metals, which we are lacking in. So we can possibly get some of those. Let's get from China, because that would allow us to improve our relations a little bit. Increase our manpads. Let's go our main battle tanks, we will proceed with that. Improve our weaponry again, sort of get ahead of the curve. With our equipment production, we are lacking on mounted ATGMs. We're actually not even producing them, funny enough. I wonder if we should manage license production. APC, 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 recon tank, infantry fighting vehicle, main battle tank, artillery. We're producing artillery, or upgrading our artillery. MLRS, anti-aircraft. Where does it come under? Does it come under here? Ah, it might be. MPAS, utility vehicle. Mounted ATGM, 1965, 1985, 85. Okay. Ah, Syria declared war. Oh yeah, Syria's in a civil war. Okay. There's gonna be lots of stuff happening there. Moldova, we are about 30 days away. Excellent. And they're 5 to 9 divisions. So we should probably prepare my military now for this offensive. I shall use this as the, actually it would be predominantly infantry based. It'll do, that's okay. So we'll take the mountain ranges, and then we will possibly go here. And then we will take our tank divisions, just move them there for the time being. So fall back, make sure there's no aircraft in that area, which there is not. Excellent. I haven't done too much development in that area by the looks of it. Maybe a little. Yeah, there's a couple of civilian factories. That's fine. At least for the most part. If that's temporarily occupied, it's not going to create a terrible situation for us. Digital integration, why not? Let's do it. Okay. And we are ready. Actually, I'm going to change that to there. So one more little advance. It just forces them to move across this river here. Naturally, I want to not expend my manpower any more unnecessarily than it needs to. Who are we getting? No, we're not getting light metals from anyone. Okay. Declare war. They'll start pushing in. We must win. We've got good stability, good war support, good political power, and our economy is in tip-top shape. We're getting military aid requests from Turkey and Côte d'Ivoire. I don't know, it's French now. I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's approve it. Why not? Doesn't hurt. Now I am very stupid. I literally just realised I didn't cover my flank there, but it's not really a problem, is it? Because they don't have enough units to even defend their line anyway. So I move that there. I can quickly rush the troops in. Can even flank around this way. They will have no chance. No chance at all. And this will be a quick and efficient defeat. Okay, submit demands, confirm and exit. Excellent. So now from that short offensive, we have gained, I'm looking, another few factories at least, and a few more civilian factories, military factories I should say. Excellent. Back on the defensive. Stick to the main areas. The western flank here will be good. Let's go to Bucharest. And let's go... That should be enough. Cool. Maybe I should... It's always good to have some on the islands as well. Don't need to protect the coastline. I'm not too worried about supply. Mainly just, I don't know. I don't even think we have forts, no. So it's airfields, ports, and capital points. So, nice and easy. Cal is improving relations with Ukraine. Now, Ukraine does have a pretty significant military presence. Not terribly sure the quality of their divisions. They're probably going to be at least half decent. But they will have some divisions that are still quite good. So I'll wait until the Russians have an interest in Ukraine and then take advantage of the dispute. Improve more of our equipment. We've got to spend some political points. Could increase our military spending. Let's do that. So far, so good with all of our... yeah, we could do a good safety net. Okay, we've still got 6.5 billion to work within the treasury. Education doesn't cost a terrible amount, but it will cost more in political power, but that's fine. Probably should have looked at that. What did Turkey want? Free emergency, basic, universal, That gives us more political power. Yeah, why not? Okay, we almost have $1 trillion saved up anyway. We do need to start producing better artillery. In terms of area, we've got 67 flankers, so definitely need a lot more than that, ideally. Arms production. We could definitely taper off on artillery. We can taper off on utility vehicles. IFVs, we got a good amount. We need APCs to upgrade, attack choppers. We don't need as many transport. Planes. Trains eventually would be nice to upgrade, but not necessary right now. Let's upgrade our infantry fighting vehicle. The more that we can have better equipment, the more our manpower will be saved. Okay, now that we're not prioritized on the European front, we can possibly start creating some either puppet states, or I guess you could, I don't know, I could take control of the territory, and it might not be a bad idea. The resources are going to be really important to have. But in the desert, I'm going to need decent tracked vehicles, decent tracked equipment. I definitely don't want to overextend myself unnecessarily if I can help it. They're in a serious debt. I do want to take Libya before the Americans decide to do a Gaddafi. Take him out. Gaddafi, I should say. And we're producing all the right stuff. We're still gaining political power. Let's combat foreign influence. Remove Portugal influence. Anything else interesting we can do? Not particularly. Should we still focus on air production? I think we should. We should get as much air production as we can. Okay. So Donetsk and Luhansk are still separate regions. They're not yet. I don't think they're not yet under Russian control, but that will spur out soon. Russia does have Crimea. The intensification of the Ukrainian-Russian conflict will spill over soon. And I don't want to be too late. So I need to justify a war goal on Ukraine at just the right time. Can't be too early, can't be too late. Because if it's too early, I'll have, you know, potentially 80 divisions coming my way. But if I am too late, then the Russians may potentially get some headwind, and I won't get any part of Ukraine. And I do want to be able to take over and puppet Slovakia and Austria preferably. Okay, I think at some point it'll be handy to start improving the divisions. So we need to keep mobile. Indonesia's declared war on Australia. Oh no, that's terrible. That's no good. Let's get heavy equipment. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So we've got mechanized infantry. Let's go self-propelled artillery. Infantry battalion, no. Back. Mobile battalions. Armored battalion? Yeah, that's right. Mechanized infantry. Like, I don't know why that was so difficult. Let's start off with that. And get heavy equipment. start off with that. For our tanks, we've got, yeah, that's okay. I mean, they're not the greatest in terms of penetration and piercing and all that sort of stuff, but look, it'll do. We don't want to bring our equipment down too much as well, so definitely going to require more APCs now that we have increased our mechanized infantry divisions. So that's even got a tank battalion with it. Armored infantry. How many tanks do we have? Do we have a decent amount of tanks? And I'm not talking recon tank, I'm talking main battle tank. We got 4,500 main battle tanks. I reckon we can definitely create heavier tank divisions. Armored infantry, we'll do more self-propelled. Let's do maybe armored recce company. Mechanized. Let's go motorized actually, we don't need something too crazy. Excellent. Motorized recce. Save. How's that done? 3.7. Got plenty of tanks. Just create more of those divisions. Start off with 5. Okay, I didn't actually do anything to prepare for this one, but at least we know that we can justify, and Libya is supporting Syria. Okay, so we're okay. No problem, no problem. I think we will need... Let's try and get these to move over first. I'm going to take a wild guess and say our best landing spot might be somewhere around here. Yeah, let's do the Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, so Sirte is where we need to. So we're going to land here and push on, take the port. Hopefully that will allow us the ability to move the rest of our troops over. Okay, insufficient naval supremacy, blah blah blah. Okay. Great. Now let's support naval invasion and then do strike force. We can improve our arms. And we weren't producing man pads before, but now we are. PCs. Main battle tank, we can tape it down because we're doing quite well on the MBTs. How are we doing for resources? Need another one from Russia. Another one from Indonesia. For this, we can go improve anti-air weapons, or we can go night vision. So improve our drone stuff. Okay. I didn't have any units assigned to that. Now I think that is because perhaps I had too many. Not sure why. We've got plenty of convoys. Now, let's use the tank divisions and try and get that. So 10 to 31. We've got desert, which maybe the tank divisions would be a bit risky to do, but gotta risk it for the biscuit. How are we doing? 67. Let's go a little bit more. And then more military production. Possibly a good idea to increase our range. And we can go all the way into Moldova for this part. Let's expand out a bit. Okay, one last thing. We need to get more aircraft. They've got 137, 231. I can't imagine they would be modern aircraft, so let's just get our best. You know what? Not even our best. Let's go... Third generation multi-role. 30 more. Interceptor. Let's do them. Close air support, S superiority. Declare war. Big bada boom. Be too difficult. Hopefully we can get to them before their divisions reinforce. The only thing with the desert is it does take a long time to reinforce positions. We do have air superiority. We've almost breached the beachfront here. ATGM, here we go. And we have landed. Let's move the rest of our troops in. Let's secure the positions here. Push out a little bit. And just hold the positions here temporarily. Nope, nope, nope. Why are you going back? I totally forgot about that. Halt selected units. Excellent. I need to ensure that they are not going back there. Okay, looks like they're all here. Okay, now swap over. Now our tanks can go there, we can remove that. What's that? Build trade. Okay. Now that we've got a front line to work with, our tanks can start proceeding. Let's encircle. Let's push up this direction in general. Let's actually encircle these troops here and cut them off. Okay, it doesn't look like there's too much going on over here. I actually don't want them to push it in this direction anymore. I'm actually being spread too thin here. But I'm hoping maybe I'll be fine if I just... I actually need to make this careful execution. Can't spread out too much. Should be okay. Get these ones to push in as quickly as possible. Cut that off there. Okay. Ah. That's dangerous. Very, very bad, very bad, very bad, very, very bad. Ah, I lost that. Okay. That was a very stupid move. What have I done? Need some of these guys onto that one. Let's pull back. Actually, I don't need to pull back the armor. Let's just push up all in one go. Painful. Maybe better fight more. Okay, we are losing more net. How are we doing in terms of manpower losses? Can we not see? That's just about. Okay, I hope I haven't underestimated this situation. We don't need any defense here at the moment. Now that these ones are cut off, I need to continue pushing in. Okay. Rest of my guys are here. Let's create a small front here. Push up that way. Let's go for it. Circle their divisions. Ooh, should I take it? Should I take it? Should I take it all for myself? Yes, I should. Yes, I absolutely should. What the heck is that? Ah, never mind. It's okay. It's mine. Don't stress. Don't stress, I tell you. Excellent. What's this guy primarily doing? Combined arms. How are we doing for time? Ah, about an hour. Okay. We will call it a night, I reckon. Call that an episode, I should say. Even though, yes, it is night time for me. I think that will be a good idea. Territorial defense. Now let's get our economy back on the road. Fast growth, economic boom. Everyone's cancelling their military aid because we don't need it anymore. Okay, in terms of resources, we're going to be totally fine when it comes to petroleum. So the Greek Empire is now larger. We've got a foothold in Libya. 69 civilian factories, 36 military factories. Still doing all this with 34 divisions. So we do have some good equipment. It may be worthwhile puppeting these other African nations, bringing them under our fold, but I don't really necessarily wish to incorporate them into the Greek Empire per se. We will simply follow the general structure of the Roman Empire plus all of Europe and the Scandinavian countries. Everywhere else can be simply a puppet That sounds like a good plan to me. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, and see you next episode. Bye.